All right, so here is step 2. We have to worry about an email submit, a city, and the state. So basically the email and city, the state we don't have to worry about checking to see if it's entered or not because there's no blank field. So at the very least, they'll be from Alabama if they never specified anything. No big deal. So all right, so basically let's go back here to our files and all right, so this is step 2 .php. So what we want to do is much in the same way as index.php is check this data to see if it's been submitted. And so what I'm going to do real quick is just copy this stuff from index.php and just paste it in just to save myself a little bit of time and then edit it here. So let's check out the form variable name, the form names for the input field. So we have email and city. Okay, so let's see. So if is set city. All right, so we have that. Now we also have city here and email. And this one right here, the else is, we can change this to, yeah, that's fine. You left one of the fields blank. Okay. Yeah, we can make it more specific. And a city. Okay. All right. And we don't have to worry about the character count stuff right here. So let me just go ahead and get rid of all that. All right. So when it comes to an email submit, there's a couple things that you can do to make sure that the email is in a correct format, because you don't want to enter obviously some incorrect type of emails that don't have like @ symbols or whatever. So basically there's a number of functions that are written that will help you, but I think one that works that I've tried is right here, and I've copied it off screen, so I'm going to paste it in. All right, so let me get this worked structured correctly here. All right, so basically this is saying if filter var email, post email, which is our variable, filter validate email, this is a PHP function, then it will say error message, please enter a valid email. Now the way we've been doing this is we've been sticking all of our error message at the bottom. So what I want to do is just get rid of that and then just put in else. Remove this part. Paste that right there. All right, so now in here is basically where the next set of coding will go. And basically I think that's pretty good for that portion. Now you could probably get real elaborate and check to see if the city is an actual city, valid city, but I'm not going to go that crazy. So yeah, basically this is the part where we're going to actually insert all of our data into the table that we created, with exception to the I need and I offer. Those are going to go into a different table. All right, so the first table insert that we're going to do is going to be based on that user data, the email. Let me see if I have it out here. This stuff. So the email, city, and state. All right, so with the help of that MySQL DB class, this is where we're going to go ahead and put it in. So query equals, and then the quotes, and inside here is the actual MySQL command. Insert into, and the name is users, and then you put in parentheses the actual fields that you want to put information into, basically. So if I go back here, we don't have to insert the ID, it gets added automatically, and it also auto increments. So the first basic user, you know, which that'll be me, obviously, when we test it. It'll be ID 1, and then after that, it'll be ID 2, you know. So we don't have to put that. So we're going to specify the email, city, and state. The date added, we don't, yeah, we have to specify that as well. So let me show you real quick. So this would be, what was the first one? I have a terrible memory. Let me see over here. Email, city, state. Okay, so they don't have to be in a specific order, but I just kind of like to do it that way. Email, city, state, values, and then this is where the values correspond with the order in which you did it. So the email will go here, just like that, and then post city, and then wait a second. Yeah, state. Okay. Wanted to make sure. I got confused for a second. All right, post state. And I just realized we have another field that we have to worry about here. Oh yeah, the state will always be specified, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, cool. All right, so then close up the parentheses on that and put a semicolon at the end along with a quote. All right, so now this is just a variable in and of itself. It doesn't do anything. So what we have to do is actually make the call. So DB and then a dash and less than sign, query, and that's our query variable right here. All right, so that's the actual line with the help of the MySQL DB class that will insert the data into the actual table. Pretty simple. And you know what? I also kind of just forgot to, we need a password field. So usually in this case, in order to cut back on how many fields that are required, I will just automatically generate a random password for a person, and then just send them that password, the random password email. And then so when they log in again, they can change it to whatever custom password they want. So the benefit to this, of course, is if we go over here, we don't have a password field that's required. So yeah, what we have to do is make an adjustment real quick. So after email, we could put a password field. So over here, put one after email, call this password, and I'm gonna make it a varchar, and I think like, I'll put it like 15 characters and then save. All right, so now we have a password field, and I have a function that will automatically generate a random password that I'm going to use. All right, and so that function, it's kind of lengthy. I'm just going to stick it at the top here. Is function generate password. All right, so the way you use the function is the name and then basically anything else. So what I would do is come over here just above that insert query is just create a variable, any name you want. I'll just call it pwgen equals generate password, just like that. All right, so pwgen will just generate an 8 character, the length here specified is 8 password. So if you, you want to download these project files, they'll basically include this function here, so you don't have to sit there typing it out. All right, so now what we want to do is edit this, put in password right here, and then put another field over here, and this will be pwgen. All right. Now, also what we're going to want to do is you want them to be able to verify their email. So that's kind of very important, especially if you're going to do any type of mailings. You want them to be like an actual double opt-in. So what we'll do is create another field. Man, I forgot to create all these fields. No problem though. Right after, we could do it after state. Doesn't really matter. Create another field. We'll call it verified. And what we want to do is put int just 1. So 1 will be yes, they verified their email. 0 will be no, they didn't. So we'll save. By default, it's going to be 0. So it only becomes 1 after they verify their email, which we'll do here soon. All right, so we need to add that. All right, no, we don't need to add that. It'll automatically be 0 when each row is posted. Okay, so now what we want to do is down here, we're going to send an actual email. All right, so basically, we can do this with PHP's mail function. And so what we can do is first, let's specify the subject. So the subject, this is going to be a variable, and equals, and this is going to be whatever will show up in the subject of the email, basically, that they receive. So we'll put in Barterful, please verify your email. Okay. All right. And then what we want to do is put a message. So message equals, and open that up. And because we have tabs and stuff here, we want to get this to come down a little bit, and we want it to be flush up against here. Otherwise, it'll screw up the formatting of the email. So this is going to be a plain text email. And so what we want to put is something generic. Please click the following link to verify your email address. Okay. And then we're going to have to put in an actual link. So we'll go ahead and do that. http://barterful.com. Confirm email, I guess we can call it, and we'll mod rewrite that. And that will be question mark EID for email ID, basically, equals. And we basically need a unique identifier. We shouldn't just use the actual ID of their inserted row. So we're just going to use that random password generated field for that. So what we need to do is specify that variable. So you end the quote right there, and then put a period, pwgen, put another period, and then open it back up. Just like that. And then you could put something generic like if you did not request this to be, well, if you did not sign up to barterful.com, please ignore this email, because obviously people can enter other people's emails. All right, so, and then we'll put thank you, barterful.com, yeah, whatever. All right, so now let's put the ending semicolon there. Now we can also put a headers variable from, and this is where we can put in the actual, well, we can put barterful.com, and then we can put the, yeah, actual, we'll put contact at barterful.com. And let's see here. Also do /r/n. And then the actual line that will send the mail. So that's mail. And we want to send that to the post email. And then comma, subject, message, and headers. And then we can put in right here a variable, success equals 1. And then we'll check for that variable down here. And so let's go ahead and do that real quick. So what we're going to do is basically right after here, we'll put in, PHP if is set, so not set, success, then show all this stuff down here, basically is what that means. And so that will come, yeah, right here. So we'll put PHP, else, and then we'll put some HTML in there. So this is where this is what a person will see if they successfully entered their email and submitted that information, basically. So what we can do is reuse this stuff right here, and then paste that in. And we could put in please check your email to confirm. No, wait, please check your email to verify your account. And save that. All right. So with any luck, we'll see if this works. All right. So let's, yeah, that'll work. Email. Okay. So let me go ahead and upload this. I'm sure there's probably an error somewhere. I'm not sure what files I did edit, but we'll see. All right. So it does have those session variables saved. Those session variables will expire after a certain amount of time. I think you can set that up, but I'm not sure what that time is. But anyhow, so, before I test this, I want to fix this thing right here really quickly. What am I doing? The issue with that was if I go back into index, needs changed to that. So let's go step 2. Paste that in. There we go. So now that won't show up by default. Okay. All right. So what happens if I just hit submit? Sorry, you need to specify an email and a city. Okay. So what happens if I just do this? Please enter a valid email. Perfect, because that wasn't a valid email. So I'll put in contact@designcourse.com, city, let's put in like Warren, and then Ohio for that. Now let's see if it works. Awesome. Please check your email to verify your account. Wow, it worked. Wait, and we have to be certain. Sometimes it won't, if we got the query wrong, it won't enter. So if I just click on this, well, there we go. Oh, wait, you know what? We need to make sure this is encrypted. I kind of forgot about that step. So what we can do is go ahead over to, yeah, I forgot about that. So there's a lot of different ways to encrypt the password, but you can just run it through a MD5 and so function base, which is a part of PHP. So what you can do is put pwgen equals MD5 pwgen. All right, so now, oh, also by default, I think we need to increase the size of the password field. So if you take this, click on edit, we can change the length. I forget how many characters the MD5 is. I'm not sure what it is offhand, but I increased it to 25 basically. All right, so let me go back in here. I could just click empty to get rid of all the fields, and we'll try that again. So we'll upload that. Go to final step, put in contact, the city, all right, so now we'll check this. Now it's an encrypted password, so I won't be able to see anybody's passwords. All right, so the verified, of course, is by default not there. Oh, and I forgot about the date added. Damn, I just keep on messing things up. Let's go over here real quick. Date added. And then put a comma and put in, I think it is now. So just like that. Save that. And real quickly, come back over here, empty. Do this again, one more time. On right here. That's my wife's email. Right here. All right, so let's check this real quick. Yeah, oops. What I need to do is come back. Sorry about that. Get rid of those stupid quotes. And instead of going through this again, I'm just gonna put in any type of email. Check this. There we go, correct. All right, so then real quick, I check my email to see if I actually received the email, and here it is. I paused real quick and I just got it up. And now if you click on this link, it's not going to work because we haven't created that page. So what we'll do is create that page real quick. So let's come back over here. And I'm just going to go to Files. I'm going to save this. File save as on a current page. And we'll call this verify email.php. And let's see here. Get rid of this stuff at the top. All right, and then also get rid of, let's see here, all of this stuff. No, not that. All right, and save that. All right, so basically at the top, we have to check for that variable, that EID variable that's in the URL. So basically, if is set, and this type, whenever you have a variable that's specified in the actual URL, it's a get, not post. And we'll put EID. So that means if it's there, good. And what we want to do now is a query. Query equals select. I think I'll do for this one account from. And this is going to be users, where, and I'll put in password equals get EID. And then we'll actually do the query, and that's going to be, oh wait, we're going to put, so what the purpose of this is to, first of all, check to see if that EID actually exists as a password, because somebody can alter that field in that URL and just try to go there in the browser. So you want to check for that. So what you would do is, let's see here. Yeah, is put in, I'll just name it exists equals DB, and this will be result query. So the result will basically give us a count. If the count is 0, then it doesn't. So it doesn't exist, that is. So it would be if exists doesn't equal 0, I think it would be that. And then we'll put in another query. Query equals update users set. I think it's verified. Let me go back and remember. Verified, yeah. Verified equals 1, where password equals get EID. And then result equals DB query. Success equals 1. All right. I think what we'll do is change this to equals 1. And then what you could do is else, if it doesn't, maybe just send them back to the home page. So header, location, index.php. All right. So we also have to adjust the htaccess for this. so that it is, yeah, let me see, where was that? Step 2. And where were we sending them? Confirm email. Okay, so just copy that, paste it. It's going to be confirm email, and this is going to be verify email.php. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. All right, so let me come down here. I'm just going to take those 3. I'm not sure if I edited that step 2 one or not. All right, so basically, let me open up that email and see if it works. And actually, I just realized something that didn't work, but I just realized it's a bad idea to use the password field for the verification. So we should have a separate field. As you can tell, I didn't do this before. We should have a separate field specifically for the actual verification code. So I'm going to make that adjustment really quick. So at the end of state, we can put a field called verify ID. It'll be a varchar, and we want it to be 32. And I just found out that, you know, when it comes to the MD5 hash, it's 32 characters long. So yeah, save that. Let's go back to password because I only made that 25, so that wouldn't even work correctly. I will edit that to 32. Save it. All right, so then all I have to do is make a quick adjustment to the index or step2.php. Basically, we want to take this and we'll call this verify code. Just generate password, and we'll put in after state, we'll put in verify code, I think we called it, and then put that right here. Yeah, let me make sure it is verify code. I can't remember anything. Or verify ID. I'll edit that. Verify code. All right. And then we have to make an adjustment real quick to this portion over here to verify email. So select count from users where verify code is to get the EID. And then you just have verified one where verify code is that. All right, and then also come back to step 2 for the email. And this is going to be changed from verify code to, or from pwgen to verify code. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to empty everything in here. And we'll try this again real quickly. All right, so I'm not really concerned about this stuff. Email address, contact@designcourse.com, Warren. All right, so now what I want to do is to make sure this stuff submitted correctly. The verify code is not there. What the hell? 1 second. And yeah, I don't even think I uploaded the files. That's what. Okay, so I just emptied that real quick. I paused the video and I uploaded the files this time. And so now we have the verify code, which is right here. And it's not, we didn't run it through an MD5 because we don't have to. So now we'll check the email real quick, which is right here. If we click on this, we'll see nothing shows up correctly because we have to adjust real quickly the, let me see, verify email. This stuff. We need to add a / right here. I think that's the only 2 that we need to do. So if I re-upload that real quick and we refresh that page, oops, I don't want to go to Google. Ah, dang it. 1 second. There's also an image in, where is it at? I think nav.php for our logo / there and upload it. And because we don't have anything here, it's not showing us a message. It's not shooting us back to the home page, fortunately, which means that it should have worked. So if we go here, hit browse, verified is now 1. So that works. So real quick, just to end, as we're at 30 minutes already, let me go back to verify email. What we want to do is put here, let me go back to step 2, grab some HTML real quick. You know what? I think what we would do actually is in verify email, if it's verified, we can do a header, location, and this would be / I guess we could call it main. And what that will do is send them to that main area, the main control panel, or not control panel, but where it lists out their potential matches. I'm not going to get, before we do this actually though, we'll have to automatically just log them in. And yeah, but I'm not going to mess with that now because we're already at 30 minutes. So tomorrow we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so yeah, I apologize for being I went all around. I didn't do this project beforehand. I was just kind of winging it. So that's usually the natural process of how it goes. So, all right, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow.